welcome to Stackz Gaming. This is Taka here. We have... What place did you get?
Yeah. Oh, my name is Josh Wolf, and I got second place.
Second? Awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, very happy to win the Crystal Beast structure deck.
Ooh, pretty.
Definitely want to make a deck out of this.
What were you playing today?
Yeah, what I'm playing today is 3 Albaz Strike structure deck with a little bit of text thrown in as well.
Ooh, sounds fun.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
So, think of this as budget branded. So, with budget branded, the main goal of the deck is to get to this card, Mirror Jade, because he alone can carry games.
Yes, he can.
So, in order to get to him, it's all about getting to your branded fusion. All right, gotta face it this way.
And let's move that guy right there.
Yeah, oh, you got it. Yeah, so it's all about getting to your branded fusions. If you don't see branded fusion, you're gonna have a very hard time getting to Mirror Jade and your other support cards. That's why there are many cards to help search it, such as running 3 Keeper of Dragon Magic and 3 Spring into Kit. Both of them can search branded fusion. And this one just needs a discard. You can search any fusion spell. And this one can search any branded spell trap. And you can also special summon it if you control fusion with Fall of Albaz. As long as you just put 1 card from your hand to the bottom of the deck.
Alright.
And then, of course, you have to run Fall of Albaz.
Albaz? Ooh.
Yep. Because he lets you go into all of your fusion monsters. Without him, you cannot play this deck at all.
Sounds good.
But it's really good, especially some going second tools, because he allows you to fusion summon with your opponent's monsters. So I was originally playing 2, but I upped him to 3 because I did add some Allure of Darkness. And he's really good if you are still going first, but your opponent is able to still build a board back. And there's been many times, even game 3 of my second match, I was like completely done. And then I just top deck Fall of Albaz, and I was able to synchro with his Super Heavy Samurai Synchro, and then make Mirror Jade, and then was able to banish his Spell Canceller. And that got me out of so many jams. And then along with him, I run 3 Albion, the Shrouded Dragon.
Oh, the upstart.
Yeah, he's the upstart. He's really good because I can send any branded spell trap from my deck to the graveyard, and then if he's in my hand, I get to draw a card. But even if he's only activating it from the graveyard and I don't get to draw, I still get to send so many of my branded spell traps that plus me. For example, I can either banish them to like or to add cards back from my graveyard to the hand, or I can even reset them since this is treated as Fall of Albaz in the graveyard. So all the ones that say if it's sent to the graveyard to activate the effect of Fall of Albaz, that triggers, and then I can set them again.
Cool.
And then of course running 3 Courier.
Oh, the best boy.
Yep. He is the monster negate, and what's great about him is he's kind of like Ciphering Gear Gamma, where it does not need to be a monster on the field. It just needs to be any monster. So any hand trap your opponent has, any even graveyard effect, this card can trigger.
He's what helps you push past Nib.
Yes. And so many times you've saved my butts. And what's great too is he has a banish. If he's banished, then I can add Fall of Albaz or a card that mentions it. And that's why I'm running Bold Sark and Allure of Darkness to trigger that effect with hand, if needed. And then right now we're playing 9 hand traps. 3 Ghost to Ogre.
Our Pop.
Yep, 3 Effect Veiler.
Our Negate.
And 3 Droll and Lockbird.
Our, you say no.
So, yep, it's like, hey, you added a card? No!
Perfect.
Yep. And yeah, the Effect Veiler and Ghost Ogre are really good because they are the ones that go to my fusion monsters that require a light monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was originally playing Scythe, and then that got banned. Yeah, and then for the spells, playing Allure of Darkness. This is a
draw
new
power.
edition. Yep.
Add that with my courier. Ooh, so broken.
I know, because I originally was playing some other like traps, such as like Warning Point, which came with the structure deck. But I really needed to find ways to get to Branded Fusion. So I decided to replace the Warning Points, which are only good if you're going first, versus Allure, which is good generally at any time. It just digs into your deck more. And that's very helpful. Especially it lets me trigger, because if I draw like a Fallen or Albion in my hand, these are dead. So I can just Allure to banish one of these. But since I'm running multiples, and I can also get these back with Rebellion, it does not matter too much. And then also running Pot of Extravagance for more draw power. I didn't want to run 3 because it does conflict with Allure, and this is only good if you draw it in your opening hand. If you draw it like later in the game, or you draw like a second copy after you use 1, it's completely dead because you don't really want to banish more than the 6. But this is really good draw power as well. Also running 2 Branded Lost.
OTS upgrade.
Oh, I know. And what this does is gives me protection, and it's basically a spell speed 4 protection from when you fusion summon. Your opponent cannot activate effects or even negate the activation. The problem is this still does not stop Ash Blossom because that negates the effects. But this is still really helpful for most situations. And also when you fusion summon, you can search Fallen of Albaz or a card that mentions it, so I always search the Courier. So if you draw this in Branded Fusion, you just get Mirror Jade and a monster negates. And then running the 1 Branded in white.
Too good.
Yeah, because it's, for example, you can still send it to the graveyard, you can add it back to your hand if you use it for Fallen of Albaz or Albion, but also there's been a couple times where you activate Branded Fusion, you summon Albion, and then they affect Veiler, or they imperm, or they stop that. So then if you have this in hand, then you could still go into Mirror Jade. Or even if you open Branded Fusion and have like full combo, then you can still activate this and go into another extra deck monster to give you protection, or like anything else. And then also running the 1 Gold Sark. This is for my 3 Couriers. And then the 1 Call by the Grave, because Ash Blossom is the death of this deck. Yep. So this is very helpful in stopping that as well as any other cards from the graveyard. And then I run 3 traps: Retribution, Scream, Sword.
Cool.
So Retribution, you never really use its on-field effect from the set, because it basically, if you control a fusion monster, you can return it and then stop a card that includes an effect to summon, which doesn't come up too often, but you really like it with its Grave effect, which you can banish it and add any branded spell trap from your graveyard to your hand. So what I always do is you can activate Albion's effect from Grave to send this, and then add back one of your branded fusions. Yep. So it's really good at easy recycling. And even if you draw this, you can still activate Albion's effect from the hand. And you can summon this if you need it to go for game. Or you can even discard it with Rebellion or Fallen of Albaz. And then Scream for the Branded. What that does is, if a fusion monster is sent from the field to the graveyard, then you can special summon it again. So this is really good too, like if they happen to, if they get rid of your Mirror Jade, you can still summon it back. And what's great as well is you can still use its vanishing effect if it's not fusion summoned. So, and it's also not a hard once per turn. So you can always Mirror Jade, even if they get rid of it, activate Scream, bring it back, use Mirror Jade's effect again in the same turn. And then Branded Sword, you can, or I've also used this to go for game, where you can banish branded spell traps to make tokens. And if you also, you can banish it from the graveyard to return a monster, or Fallen of Albaz, or a monster that mentions it, you're banished to your hand, which is also good for recycling. And all of these are really good for Albion as targets, because even this, if you make Lubellion, send Albion, and then send Scream of the Branded, and then Scream of the Branded triggers because this is Fallen of Albaz, then you can reset it, and that's what helps you a lot with Mirror Jade.
Let's get to that extra deck.
Yes, indeed. Yep. So, extra deck, good old faithful 3 Mirror Jades. This is not a hard once per turn. Well, you can only control one. Non-target banish if you send an extra deck monster. And all of these have effects when they're sent to the graveyard. And also, if your opponent gets rid of it, you can Raigeki their field. Such a great card. And then next, the cards that summon Mirror Jade are Lubellion and Albion. Lubellion just needs a dark, Albion needs a light. And these make Branded Fusion a 1-card combo into your Mirror Jade. And then Albion, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can add or set in a Branded Spell Trap, which is good for adding another Branded Fusion if you need it, which is for any other supports, as well as even adding a Scream. We're setting it. And then we run 2 Brigand the Glory Dragons, which this gives your other monsters monster targeting protection, as well as you can add a if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a Tri-Brigade or Fallen of Albaz.
Which is what your Mercurier.
Yep, so that lets you add your Mercurier if you send this. It's really good. And then 3 Titanclad. I'm probably going to run 3 of these because this is really good at getting over big, beefy monsters, because with its effect, it becomes 3,700 attack. And it is unaffected by monster effects that were special summoned from the extra deck that turn. So it's good to add some protection and to get over really big monsters. There's a couple times where I really needed this, especially since it's really easy to summon off of Fallen of Albaz, which is any monster with 25% attack. But I did banish it with Extrav, so I'm probably... Oh yeah, and unless you add a Dogmatica, which you don't need, and then Spring, and what this does is, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can add any Spring-In monster or Fallen of Albaz, which is good for this, which also lets you search Branded Fusion later. And then for the side deck, all we got are some tokens, as well as just a bunch of staples.
Well, thank you for coming out.
Yeah, oh, happy to, thank you.
Hopefully we see you a bit more. All right.
Oh, looking forward to it.
All right, Taka signing out.